Alright, so I was in the middle of editing a surprise lore video for everybody when I took a break to hit the sippy cup and scroll on the wretched internet for a little bit. I'm instantly bum rushed by all these articles about the newest episode of Andor and how Luthen Rael is probably a Jedi and that wooden thing he was carrying is an old lightsaber and all this and that. And I know that's like the normal journalism media cycle, right? Something obscure is shown in like a TV show like Andor, Star Wars related, or a Marvel movie, or a DC movie, or House of the Dragon, what have you. One or two YouTubers or journalists see it, write an article, or make a video about it, and pretty much everybody else just parrots it off. And then we have a million different articles and YouTube videos of all the same fucking thing, the same, in my opinion, dumb theory. Now I'm not going to say Luthen Rael wasn't a Jedi or didn't have anything to do with Force users or anything. There's obviously the evidence that people present, like he has the Kyber crystal, the Quadi signet. He's got a number of Sith and Jedi related artifacts in his shop. He's got the Sith Stalker armor, he's got all these holocrons. But he's just like a rare artifact collector, or at least that's like his cover. I don't think a Jedi would be hiding directly under Palpatine's nose in Coruscant with all these Jedi artifacts. I know hiding in plain sight's a thing, but Luthen seems a little too careful or paranoid to be doing that. Anyway, my main cause for making this short little video is just because I wanted to clarify what that wooden weapon is, or what I think it is. And it definitely ain't a lightsaber. First off, we've technically seen him use this item before. In the very first shot we see Luthen Rael, he's using what looks like one of those extendable trekking poles, which already look a bit like really long police batons. But he's using it as a hiking stick as he heads towards the settlement on Ferrix to meet Bix and Andor. And once he meets up with his contact, we see him hold it in a different way. He holds it forward, sort of like a blind man's cane a bit. But if we look closely, it looks like the pole part of it comes out of the lower club or sheath, if you will, or as we'll come to learn. But the opposite end of this item appears to house a hidden blade of some kind. The evidence comes from somewhere that isn't really surprising, considering Star Wars has always been known for its action figures and figurines and merchandise and all that shit. And not only that, it's known for kind of spoiling certain plot points when it unveils certain action figures. Usually due to the accessories they come with, or maybe the outfit they're wearing is considered a spoiler. But I think Luthen's mysterious beating club is actually a coiled bladed dagger, maybe even a vibroblade. And that is seemingly backed up by the Luthen Rael Black Series action figure that comes with a blaster pistol and his mysterious billy club. And if we even look at the cover of the box for the figure, it shows that he's holding a dagger in his hand. And in one of the pictures I could find online, in one of the promotional pictures for the figure, he's holding the weapon by the sheath and drawing a blade out of it. So maybe it's some unique old ceremonial ritual dagger from Force users, or maybe the Guardians of the Wills or something like that. Maybe it's even some old Sith dagger, who knows? Or maybe it's none of the above. Maybe it's just another dagger, a relic of a lost civilization that we know Luthen is fond of. Just like I don't think that the Kyber crystal is any evidence of him being a Jedi or a Sith. I think that the crystal holds deep meaning to Luthen because it represents the uprising against the infinite Rakatan Empire, or the Rakatan invaders as he calls them, which is something I'm so glad he canonized, and I could do a whole video about that, but I'll probably just rant about it in my Luthen video. And I also don't think his ship having those laser blades, or lightsabers as a lot of people have called them, indicates that he's any kind of Force user. I mean, maybe he had interactions with them. I think there's a theory where he had a kid who was a Force user who was killed during Order 66, and that's why he's so vengeful. Which is a bit like the theory for the Dung Eater in Elden Ring, that he had a kid who was born in Omen, and that's why he, has it out for the Golden Order. But yeah, I just wanted to go over in this video why I don't think that that is a lightsaber that Luthen's holding. I think a wooden lightsaber would make very little sense. I know that there's room for it in both the old lore and the new, but I think that the action figure very clearly confirms that it is not a lightsaber and it is in fact a dagger of some kind. Which in my opinion just makes Luthen Rael all the more mysterious. Every time we see him, we learn little bits and pieces more about who he is, or who he was, and honestly I can't get enough of it. Who knows, maybe in the finale we'll see him use that dagger and it'll dispel all the it's a lightsaber theories or articles that people wrote. But if you like this little video, please consider liking it. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you like hearing me rant about random shit, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel. And without further ado, let us get to that outro. So there you go, Star Wars once again spoiled by toys. It's a tradition as old as time. I've dubbed it the Lucasian greed, when the desire for profit outweighs the desire to not spoil your own story. I'm honestly just kidding about that. If anything, this just ended a pretty, like I said, in my opinion, lame theory that Luthen was holding a lightsaber, and that's my whole purpose for making this video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. See you next time.